Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We'll just do some post analysis looking at what we anticipated last week. We're going through the forecast for what was published on January 10. You realize that we are looking at bearish momentum for price to tap this zone. That is, if we cross this demand zone, okay, if we cross this demand zone or take it out or bearishly breach this demand zone, we are looking at further what bearish momentum to this support here. This is what we were looking at last week, and this was published on January 10, 2023. If you look at this critically, we're looking at buys above this supply zone, further sells below this demand zone. Okay, however, don't forget that overall we were in seller's territory, so the odds of the sell playing out was higher than the odds of the buy playing out until this supply zone has been taken out. So this is what we were looking at last week. Okay, so what actually played out just like we anticipated: sell below this level, demand zone, price breached bearishly, meaning took out these buyers who were holding their orders like order block in order to rally, took them out, then continued bearishly. Imagine how price came, tap exactly where we are looking at and has started its retracement. So wait to see if this retracement will be deep or shallow before we continue bearishly. Okay, for today we have US dollar or US bank holiday. Okay, US bank holiday. So nothing much for the US, but let's see this London session, what will happen. So looking at it from the technical side, this is what I'm looking at. Though the sales has played out, so there's nothing much to do on the sell side anymore. At this very time, let me zoom this in so that we'll have a clearer. Now, two things are involved here. Taking this cell down and expecting it to come here to hit AP is possible, but it's highly, the probability is not as high as taking the cell below this support here, because there is confluence. If, for instance, last week, look at the number of positions that were entered inside of this. Any position you enter from here, you could just draw your TP to this point and look at it. Look at it. Let not be as if we are making this to appear very sweet. Look at it. Price came, hit the overall TP, and this is where price started reacting, going up. Another position was added here for sell. Price hit TP and it has started its retracement phase. Now, if you look on the 4 hours time frame, price has been holding in the sense whereby price has not given us a good retracement on the 4 hour time frame. What does this imply? Look at it. Look at it. Price just dropped. There is no retracement, though I noticed some weakness here, but it's not really a retracement. A retracement should at least show some bullish candles, or at least one, if not group of bullish candles. But there was no retracement on this bearish drop. Okay, this drop in price. So what we are seeing now is some bullish retracement. Okay, so what I'm anticipating is further bullish momentum to go up before we come down to retest this low. So in a nutshell, the sales to continue bearishly is to continue our bearish momentum is on the weak side because price has just been dropping. So what am I going to do? This sell I'm looking at here has a low probability. However, technically, the odds of it playing out looks feasible, but we'll be crossing strong support. For instance, we'll have to bearishly take out this 4 hour support. We'll have to bearishly take out this 1 hour support, and we'll be approaching the weekly support because we've already taken out the daily support. We'll be approaching the weekly support, which is very, very high. Okay, the week support on the weekly time frame. So what I'm looking at instead is I want to see a bullish rally, or I want to see some rally, retracement, then continue to the upside. This one looks highly probable. Okay, so anticipate the sell coming downwards, which is on the if price takes out this low, will be very not very feasible. So I won't be looking to take these sales as you're looking at. Instead, I'll be anticipating buys. So with that being said, this sell you're seeing here is it should be ignored. I put it there so that you understand that I'm ignoring this sell in favor of the buys. However, if the sell plays out while I'm not looking at taking it, let it be. Okay. If it plays out, good, but I'm not looking at taking any sales here. Okay. That is for GJ, British Pound, Japanese Yen. The next thing on my watch list is gold. Gold has just been playing out beautifully, beautifully. So I'll be anticipating more bullish rally, okay, or bullish momentum. This is my overall target before price will go back to retest the all-time high. Okay, so the price is doing what we consider the echo. This is the echo chamber, which implies that whatever price, the depth of price bearish momentum will be done what mirrored by the bullish momentum. That is the echo. Okay, whatever you give in is what you get receive from it. So I'm looking at more bullish momentum. However, don't forget that there's room for retracement before continuing bullishly. So that is one way to look at it. For gold, this is gold for Bitcoin. We discussed that Bitcoin and gold tend to correlate positively. So when gold is going up, we anticipate that Bitcoin should continue its rally. So this is what Bitcoin is doing. At the moment, we're anticipating what more bullish momentum. So Bitcoin has reached the high here, which is the guy who started this bearish momentum. So I'm anticipating if Bitcoin bullishly takes out this resistance, we'll be anticipating what further bullish rally. Okay, so this is the area I was talking about, that when the big boys start adding their buy order, most persons will not see it because the buy order comes like a trickle of water, gradually. Whenever they have loaded a good and considerable amount of volume, they do what? Push the buys impulsively. So as you can see here, this is the buy order loading up gradually. I was on the in favor of the sales. However, like you've noticed, the sell did not play out as anticipated. However, the buys played out beautifully. So this is negative on the Bitcoin side, but positive on the British Pound, Japanese Yen, which is simply GJ, and gold. Okay. So gold played out beautifully, GJ played out beautifully, is the Bitcoin, which is why, like I said, Bitcoin is highly speculative. Technically, Bitcoin should come down. Fundamentally, there's no reason for Bitcoin to come up. Okay, fundamentally, there's no reason. So this is a speculative move. You cannot attach it right now unless I have to do some further research to discover what exactly caused this rally. And as you can see, this rally is highly impulsive. So this is what I'm looking at the moment. Okay. So please do well to subscribe, hit that notification button, comment, and like. Thank you very much. This is Phoenix Unique.